school extra. Gone Jiu-Jitsu later on, and he is up for this. And there's we have Frank Wallace. He is a Miller Jiu-Jitsu student coming in. He is from the Marine Corps. He's been doing this for about 3 years, so this will be an interesting match. Both guys over the 6 foot mark. Steve coming in a little bit heavier, 220. And Frank a little lighter. Great matchup, close in weight. Certainly both guys give the impression of having very similar builds.
Control that hand, right?
Long.
Don't let control the back of your head.
We're locking up here.
Or you can just stick the guard right there.
Take your time.
We tie each other up and try to take advantage by advancing our position on this line or the other corner. Take them down.
Wrist control in there too.
Sometimes you'll see the opponents flipping their hand down. This is done for a couple of reasons. Try to distract your opponent and set up your next move. When you jump there, for a flying guillotine. Down to
Hit sprawl.
We're going to pass there. Okay.
Underhook, far side.
Hey, stay there for a second, all right?
Far side pressure.
Real
Far
hard.
side. Right side.
That's it. Some flash. I like that arm trap right there too.
Very, very, very tight.
Relax.
Yeah, be patient.
Take your time. Good. Frame the head, get your far side.
Look has that half guard. But you have control of that leg. It's difficult for the man on top to really get an offense going. It's not impossible, but it's usually the amount of time to be around those legs.
Hey, so if you start putting that foot up, too, you've got a straight ankle lock there in there as well.
You're playing a little tight game.
Nice. Look for that underhooks there.
Once you pass that half guard, so
You got something
Get that underhook
pressure
back.
on the top side of the body, so you start passing your legs. See a little knee shield here from Frank.
Take your time, Steve.
Keep him there, though. Don't let him
push him back.
kill that frame, all right?
Steve's
He's gonna come back up to his knees and get out.
Yeah, Frank, don't
Steve,
get back
back
up.
in again.
There, under.
Pass that. Okay, good.
Good.
Under, every time you start,
Good, let's finish that.
Open to maybe
Finish that.
V-guard, elevate. When we go, we're explosive.
Fly with his left
All right,
leg.
let's go. Beautiful. Good. Stay down. Stay back. Come on, Steve. Don't get lazy there.
Far side. Nice, Steve. Wrist control. You're trying to
Head on. Wrist control. Wrist control. Head on triangle.
every time.
It's great to see that.
When you pass it fast and hard, right?
Still out there.
Remember, you don't have to stay on your knees here, too.
Yeah,
Everything you got. Get out, hop up.
Leave your one back in front.
Keep them flat, pass his legs. Keep them flat, pass his legs.
Lock down. Hike it up high, but watch your arm. Keep that underhook, keep them flat. Use that to roll.
You got to put that sweep right there, Steve, so make sure we stay heavy when we adjust.
Angle Steve's
Good,
leg.
finish that pass. Come on, raise that, right in the mouth.
Over, Steve. Good, Frank.
Neutral position.
Yes! Start pushing the pace here.
Tie right back.
Start moving fast.
That quick. Listen, don't let him control your head. No more letting him control your head here, Steve. Come on.
We'll be training them all around. You got circle here. You got circle them to the lead leg, Frank. Circle them hard. Hard circle.
You
know that hand, Steve. Half circle.
Today, these 8-minute matches.
Wrist control, same to his
That's
hip.
it, forehead to forehead, not ear to ear on that, Steve.
Sometimes they will.
Hips. Doors. Fall. Let's pass, Steve. Let's pass. 3 now. Elevate.
That's five moves.
Yes. You can look back 2 on 1.
All right, yeah, there you go. Good. Hey, it's right there, Steve.
Watch straight, Frank.
Straight
That's it.
Nicely.
Straight,
North
Frank.
south, finish the pass.
North, south.
Steve, you get right north south there, you find yourself in that situation. You come back.
We're not afraid to stand up and wrestle.
And back in that neutral position. Frank throwing up.
He's giving you elbows too, Steve. Frank.
All right, good. Settle in.
Far side.
Hey, Mello, man, you start attacking that arm.
Steve is, looks like he's trying to isolate.
Left side over, Frank. Let him go. Give him the chance to pass here. We want to move, Frank.
Frank pushing that.
Steve, you can pop up the knee on belly, and
Steve's
you got that arm.
prevents Steve from just stepping over and taking that dominant mount position. So we'll see here, Steve working that far side arm, trying to isolate.
Right, let's be explosive and let's get out of this position.
Frank is waiting for his moment to recover his position.
Stay, unlace the leg, Frank, you gotta unlace the leg. You gotta unlace the leg, Frank. Almost tight,
Steve has a leg over.
Good.
Triangle here if Frank.
Arm back,
Yeah, back up and add now. Good, hey, let's reset, let's get our position back here. The triangle. Frank, back and forth. You gotta hold it, grab it, set up.
That's what we're talking about. Hey, keep your frames on the pecs. Frames on the pecs. Good. Frames on the pecs. Everybody get out. Yeah.
Push back on Steve.
Hey, control it.
Now we need hips. Center your hips, Frank. One leg comes out. You got it.
Frank with the pass. Immediately reversed by Steve. Frank doing a good job of pulling Steve back into that guard again. Back over in that corner of the mat again. Similar position. We have Frank with the knee shield. Steve on top pressuring and trying to control that far side underhook. Looks like Frank is coming up to butterfly here. Tying up the head, trying to come under the arms. Possibly setting up a sweep here if he can pull Steve forward and elevate him with his legs. Steve jumping on him again. Steve playing possum there a little bit. You can see how Frank does a nice job of slipping that outside butterfly tuck into that, and using that to keep Steve from advancing his position. Steve creating a tremendous amount of pressure on top though, with that topside iron. Off the mat they go. They're going to pause the athletes and reset them here.
They're reset in the same position.
Referee's trying to recreate the position, and they begin again, right into the sweep from Frank. Frank elevating a little bit here on Steve, looking to reverse. Frank has an underhook at this point on the same side of his lock. Let's see if he can threaten a sweep. Steve sprawling out a little bit. Frank going for that sweep.
Dars.
Frank has that nice lockdown with him. Steve looks like he's trying to Dars off this. And he has some long arms there, so this might actually work. He let go. Steve on bottom.
And he's out. Great action from both guys. Good defense, good
Very
recoveries.
good match. Back and forth. Time. So we have no submission in the first 8, so these guys will be going into overtime. So again, that is a point-based system for mount, rear mount, and takedown. Of course, submission takes the match any point it occurs. Steve looking a little tired here. Hands on his knees, got a younger athlete in there. Going to push the pace on him.
We have both sides of the coaches are calling for action.
Steve coming up has a leg in, could possibly be setting up a triangle from here. Looks like he's rolling to the arm at this point. Frank looking confident
Over to an
in his
armbar.
defense. Steve on top. His legs aren't in the correct position to attack with this. That was a little slow there.
Steve is a little bit of trouble here. Frank inside control. He needs to mount or rear mount to get his points. Trying to get Steve's back to get that point. Steve's got to move here. Steve trying to turn him over. Frank desperately trying to get those hooks in to try to score those points. Not quite there. He's...
We have Frank who's up by points and he's still going for the attack and
he gets the back mount points here. Steve's got to go now. He's either got to decide to take these points back by grabbing a few of his own, or he's got to submit. But right now he's in trouble. He's got to fight Frank on the back, trying to get that choke in.
He has it locked pretty tight, but it's a little bit above the chin. And
Glad he gets the submission. Well done. Good work from both athletes. Very good match. Pushed the pace the entire time. Frank coming out on top at the end with a rear naked choke. No shame for Steve Tracey at 39 years old, with our youngest competitor checking in at 17 today. Real trooper.